What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us for another episode of Two Guys in a Comic Book. I'm your host, Mike Pooh, and I'm joined today with David Sellner.
Yes, sir.
How's it going? What's going on, David?
Not much. How you doing, man?
Thanks for joining me.
Oh, absolutely.
I am so excited for two reasons, okay? Number one, obviously, because you're here with me on this show, okay? Number two, because of my new Star Wars periodic table t-shirt.
Oh, look at that.
Take a look. So, I knew there was something in that chemistry class that was important.
I think it was a Boba Fett.
Yeah, so, look at this shirt. This is, I'm so excited.
Meanwhile, I'm sporting Spidey.
Yeah. So tell me, so David, you work at Collectors World in Annandale, Virginia.
Yes, sir.
Right? And how did you get into, let's say the comic book world? How did you get into, working there and being in this universe?
Oddly enough, Collector's World was actually where I bought my first comic book. So that's when I was a little kid. And then so years later, I poo-pooed comics for a little bit. And it took me a while to actually get back into it. Okay. And then I started this job right at the comic shop where it all began.
Okay.
So then I started getting really back into it, starting to refresh my history on what I knew, what I didn't know, and what I needed to figure out in order to help customers find comics the way I did. Okay,
so you are a serious veteran in this game, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you know everything.
Almost everything.
99.99%. Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot. I'm sorry. Yeah. So but seriously, you are a serious veteran. I mean, you know a lot of stuff, and you actually you are one of the appraisers or the only.
I am the comic book guy at the comic shop. Okay. So it's a comic and sports card shop. Okay. So I deal with everything that's dealing with the comics. So I make sure I get the orders in, whatever people request, what's coming out, what's hot, what's not. So that kind of.
Okay. So can you tell me just a little bit, like how did you get into there's different areas in this universe, but how did you get into appraisals specifically?
Well, people will bring in their comic books, and a lot of the times the comic books are from an older era, like from the Bronze, the Golden, the Silver Age. So we'll look at them, and things will be torn apart through age, and that happens once in a while. So when you send a comic off to get CGC'd and evaluated, it actually boosts it in the value by like nearly 3 times.
Okay. So David, for some of our viewers who don't know what CGC is, can you explain what that process is?
Yeah, CGC is the name of grading comic books in the area. So we'll send it off, and everything will be evaluated, from little nicks on the cover to spinal damage to anything like that. And it's always impossible. It's nearly impossible. I can't say always to get a perfect 10. But anything 9 and above, you're golden. Okay. So let's say, for example, I have a special edition Wolverine from 1975. Does that make sense? Okay. We'll go with 1975. Yeah.
So let's say I left it on my couch, and my brother sat on it.
Oh. No.
Okay.
No.
So he sat on it. Can I get that fixed, or what are my options at that point?
Your options, it's already a cracked spine, so that's already a ding. It probably got torn in the process due to keys in the pocket or something like that. Another ding. Maybe the cat sat on that and tore it apart. Another ding. So you're probably looking at automatically a 7.5.
So in other words, I got to take my brother to the back room, close the door, and
mum's the word.
Okay. So you do comic books. You also do collectibles.
Yes.
Okay. So collectibles like action figures. I mean, these are from Marvel, from DC, from anime, or is it in any specific area?
Well, lately we've been getting a lot of Sideshow and Prime statuettes.
Okay.
So we make sure that those are in good order. So people will bring it in, and then there might be a few broken pieces, and we'll try and fix it up to make sure that it's good to go. And the resale value on those items can go upwards of $1,200.
Okay. Wow. So explain a little bit. What do you mean Sideshow? You mean like
Sideshow is the name of a company. They do excellent work, exquisite detail, and they're really hard to find because they oftentimes only do production of 600, maybe 800 pieces. So I mean, you're talking about all across the country, and then we happen to get this one piece.
Okay. So let's say me, Mike Pooh, the host of Two Guys in a Comic Book. Okay. On my next day off, I want to take a Wolverine action figure, okay? And I want to paint it because I'm a real good painter, okay? I want to paint it, I want to doll out really nicely, okay?
Okay.
And then I'm going to come by your store, say, hey, David, I want some money for this.
You have now ruined Wolverine.
Okay, well, how so? I'm a really good painter.
You're a really good painter, but you're no one. No offense.
Okay. I'm just the host.
Well, because you're not a famous artist and you're not, I should say, certified retouching, because there are companies that are allowed to, touch up on Marvel and DC properties because they're copyrighted items.
Okay.
So as soon as you change Wolverine to like his red and gold from his original, black and yellow,
Okay.
It's fan appreciated, but it's not really now an authentic Wolverine.
Okay.
It's a miscreant creature.
So let's say someone who's not a famous, what would you call a famous
Color artist.
color artist? Okay. So someone like that versus me, you'd be able to tell what the difference. Let's say I blindfolded you. Okay.
Right.
Say, David, turn around. Put a blindfold on you. Okay. Turn back around. I've got two pieces, identically painted, same exact colors. You'd be able to tell me in 2 seconds which one is the authentic one, which one is the fake one.
There's quality of paint. There's brush strokes that are seen. Is it actually been gone through a process where paint is attached to plastics, or is it just acrylic on top of a plastic? So it's got a nice texture to it. So it's like, okay, this is wrong.
Okay, so what if I took the paint from the guy while he was sleeping?
Oh, you took it from the guy?
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I temporarily borrowed it from the guy while he was sleeping, and I took it to my home and I painted it, and then I had
You would be a very nice con artist, but a fooler, a trickster, I would say. Yeah.
Which I would not do, for the record.
Would not do.
So, guys, we're gonna go to a quick break, and we'll come right back, and we'll talk more with David.
Sounds good.
I'm here with Osiris, and Osiris, your name has a very special meaning, I understand. So tell us a little bit of what your name means.
It means Egyptian god.
Egyptian god. Okay, but today you're not an Egyptian god. Today you are Doctor Strange, right? Okay, so talk a little bit about why you chose Doctor Strange from all the different Marvel characters or DC characters or just all the characters in general.
I like magic and I wanted to wear a cape.
Okay, so why not like a Superman, for example?
I feel like Superman is like not that like fun.
Okay, so Doctor Strange is a little bit cooler, right? Yeah. Okay, so I see it here. You have what is this called again?
The Emerald.
Emerald. Okay, so with the Infinity Stone in the middle, right? And how did you make this yourself? How did you get this?
My mom made it.
Thanks, Mom. Hey guys, we're back. Thanks for joining us. So David, I went to your shop recently, and I saw some really cool stuff.
Well, I mean, everything's fantastic in there. It's eye candy, so you'll get tooth decay just looking around.
Yeah. So David, tell us a little bit more about the store. Like, how long have you guys been there? What was the history, or what is the history of the store? How did you guys get started with this operation?
That's a good question. I'm always answering that. People will walk into the shop and go, "How long have you guys been here?" We're like, "We've been here forever. Come on!" So the shop has been there at that location since 1992.
Wow.
And it was originally owned by Ron. It was called Ron's Collector's World.
Okay.
About 6 years ago, a little bit around there, Damon and Steve, the current owners, bought the shop from them. So they kind of were fixing it up, and so now the shop is actually bringing back revenue as a sports card shop and a comic shop. And then not to mention that we also get all these other collectibles. I mean, we have Jim Beam decanters from Richard Nixon election campaigns.
Wow, that's amazing.
I mean, not to mention Babe Ruth's, Mickey Mantle's, Spider-Man first appearance of Craven. I mean, we get a lot of weird stuff.
So how big is your store? Do you know, like, approximately?
As far as square footage, it's always too small. I mean, we're always stepping on top of each other. There's stuff on top of stuff. And then in order to present it all, like, we're always rearranging the store in order to best serve the customers.
So if I walked into your store, I probably would need a road map or like a GPS, right?
That's been a suggestion I've always said, but since we're always changing around, you know, the owners are like, your map's outdated.
Okay.
I made it last week. Outdated.
Well, so actually, I was there at your store recently. I got some really cool footage.
All right.
Okay, let's take a look.
All right, awesome.
Hi, welcome to Collector's World. Let me show you around. All right, so right over here is going to be our toy section. This is where whatever toys we get, we try to put it up on the wall. Also, we put up all these pictures. Right there, we have a Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, signed by numerous people. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get that JSA'd on August 10th to authenticate those signatures. And that way, the piece will really pop when we actually know that those people actually signed it. Moving on. What we got right over here is all our sports stuff, just capitals, right at the front door to let people know that, we're Northern Virginia. We got Capitals, Nationals, all that fun stuff. We got trade paperbacks right over here. These are the latest releases for trade paperbacks, and we got these exclusive deals for these trade paperbacks. We also have autographs from multiple celebrities. Now to my left, we have graded comics. Now these are what we're talking about. So take Youngblood. Not worth a whole lot, but depending on the condition that it's in, it can be sent out to get graded. And the higher the grade, the better the price. So for this, we have little bits, marks right here. Now this has been freshly slabbed, so it's not going to be a perfect 10 because of certain little minor dings, but it's really clean overall. Taking an example of something that's not so perfect, let's see. Here we got The Flash. Now this is a much older comic, so here's where you're going to see the date, June 1970, and that's Flash 198. It's got off-white pages, so here's all the information that you're going to be finding out. And it's got a Zatanna appearance. So as we can see right off the bat, the spine is slightly off. The pages, now the corners look pretty good, but at the end of the day, it's up to CGC whether they want to give it a higher grade or not. Okay, good.
And guys, we're back. Wow, that was really cool. I mean, you guys have all the comic books in one section, cars. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, like, how much time do you guys have to, organize and like map this out strategically and say, we're going to put this here and put that there? How do you guys do this?
Oh, we always do. We do organization like every once in a while, and it's always time consuming. We want to close down the shop, but we can't.
Okay.
Because we're so limited in the number of associates and everyone like that. So oftentimes, we'll just whatever feels right.
Okay, sounds good. So, guys, we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back very shortly, and more with Dave.
All right. Now over here, we have our Pokemon case. We have our GXs and EXs, and these guys are hot. So we usually keep the GXs and EXs on top, and then we go older towards the bottom, and then we have the PSA'd cards. Now when you get a card PSA'd, that means that it's been checked to see what kind of grade it's in, and like a perfect 10 is always what you want. And of course, we always have packs available. Our biggest customers, kids. And we do have custom framing, so if anybody wants to bring by their jerseys or photos or anything custom, we can take care of that. And we pride ourselves on being a lot cheaper than Michael's. And we also make sure that our comic subscription program gives discounts to anybody that wants to get comics from us. Speaking of the comics, here are our new releases. So given that today is Tuesday, it's the last day for these new releases. We're going to be changing out this wall by the end of tonight. So Wednesday, it's going to be all fresh comics, and those comic subscribers are going to get first dibs at any title and any artwork. So if something has a variant cover to it, they're going to get the first dibs as to which ones they want. So that's one of the benefits of being one of the subscribers. Now, of course, over here on our comic wall, we put up anything that has a lot of value. So any old comics that you can't get anymore. Here's Secret Wars, first appearance of Black Suit Spider-Man. First appearance of Black Suit Spider-Man in New York. Like, we just have a whole bunch of Spider-Man right now. We change out this wall every month or so. So this month's theme is Spidey. Up top we got old DC comics, and up further are old Star Trek, Strange Adventures, anything from very old Golden Age era. And of course, as you move further down, the last 3 rows are going to be the more recent comics. So if you're looking for a back issue of The Batman Who Laughs, we got you. In fact, a lot of the times we like to bag it up, so you don't have to go searching for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We got you covered. Okay, and behind you, this is our sports magazine section. Now we got lots of different genres, so we got Notre Dame, local sports, Mets, Pirates, so it's basketball, football, baseball. So anything that you might think of, it's going to be here. We also got signed items as well, located within these stacks. And we always make sure that we get anything that has a signature JSA authentication. And as you can see, we're not just a comic shop. We also carry a whole bunch of sports memorabilia, including a giant Space Jam poster signed by Michael Jordan. And it's been professionally framed with UV glass to protect the signature.
Hey guys, we're back once again. 2 guys on the comic book. So David, I've got some really cool comic books here.
You do?
Okay? So I'm going to go through this one here. Okay, this is Spawn. So tell us why this one is special.
Well, this is Spawn number 1, and now Todd McFarlane is actually coming up on Spawn 300.
Wow.
So as soon as Spawn 300 comes out, it's going to jump up through the roof, I think.
Okay.
And there are different variant covers for Spawn 300. There's like variants A through L. So I mean, think about how many different variant covers there could be of that.
Okay, okay. And then here, the next one, we've got The Amazing Spider-Man. Okay, this one, it's $1, right? So it's gotta be vintage.
Yeah, it is vintage.
Okay.
This is from the 80s. This is 301. This came after 300. This is Todd McFarlane, adding his little spin on Spidey. Now, he did the same exact cover, similar in a black suit on 300.
Okay. And what do we have here? The Amazing Spider-Man, number 300. Okay, so talk about this one for a little bit.
So this one is very special because this is worth a lot of money. It's
Okay.
the first appearance of Venom. And Todd McFarlane did this, and he actually did an homage for Spawn 227. And he's going to do the same for Spawn 300. So it's going to look like this, except we're going to just have Spawn.
Okay, wow. Wow, I feel like I'm at a restaurant, like the waiter's coming over, he's reading the entire menu and
Let me tell you about the bonjour.
today's special. So we've got here another Spawn. So what is it, Spawn 300?
Well, actually, that couples with the one that's in your
Okay.
lap right now. This one.
Okay, all right, this one here.
So as you can see, Todd McFarlane did the exact same image. So he did this image, and then he did this with Spawn. As a again an homage to his earlier work with Spider-Man.
Okay, wow. And so we have, what's this one here? Another Spider-Man, the black Spider-Man.
So this is $2.99. This is what you're probably going to be seeing come July, late July, except that there's going to be Spawn right here. So it's going to be the same kind of image that we have right over here with this Spawn, but it's just going to be,
Okay.
small.
Wow. So it must have taken you like a decade to learn all this material, huh?
It comes fast when you find out first appearances, and then you realize that there's tons of money in comic books. Oddly enough, your mom threw away your comic books when you were a kid. You're crying about it now.
I know someone that has happened to.
It's happened to us all.
Yeah. So yeah, David, that's fantastic. So someone like me, if I wanted to, let's say, if I wanted to get a secondary job, and I wanted to go into doing what you do, how long would it take me to get to your level?
Oddly enough, it wouldn't take very long. It's kind of like learning a new language. When you're enveloped in the environment, you can just pick it up.
Okay.
Because if you're hanging out around a comic shop, you'll hear people talking. You're kind of just hearing whispers. Oh, first appearance of this. Oh, this is worth a lot. And then you'll look it up yourself, and then it'll just snowball into that, and then you'll become a true comic book aficionado.
So let's say I heavily immerse myself in this, and I came into your shop and looked for a job as an appraiser. Would you be intimidated?
I would not. I would say, come join me. There's too much work for one person.
Okay, you're a good man.
Well, thank you, Michael.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, David, for joining us today on Two Guys in a Comic Book. All right, guys, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. More with David.
So pretty much the front of the store is going to be my territory with all the comics. Now I'm going to take you further back to the unknown as far as what I know. So here's all our sporting goods stuff. So we got some old sporting pins, we got some old player figurines, and this has the key hits and hot rookies. So you're going to find a lot of famous players up in there. We got Michael Jordan up there. We got Jose Canseco. Just a whole bunch of different names. Juan Soto. And of course, these are our box breaks. You can get single packs. A lot of people tend to want to get these big boxes, which contain about 36 packs, in order to make sure that they get the autograph. And we got a lot of different kinds of stuff for you. So we're just over here are more vintage stuff. We got your tobacco cards, our boxing cards, and it looks like this theme is all boxing cards today. Like I said, we like to switch things around just so that everything keeps fresh. We're going to get these authenticated. It's a Jim Lee signature. This is a Stan Lee signature. Now these just came in the other day. So anything that we're unsure of, we're going to make sure that we get some sort of certificate to make sure. So we're wall-to-wall memorabilia of cards, signatures, little mini helmets, and a ton of singles from any decade you can think of. Over here we got signed baseballs, and we make sure that these guys come with a certificate of authenticity, making sure that they are, again, signed by who they say they are. Okay, and the way that we get things verified is first we have somebody that we can automatically take a picture and send it to. If they think it's authentic, we're going to be like, okay, we're going to take a risk on that. But we send it off to JSA. Now, depending on the fame of that signature, it's going to cost us a bit, because anybody's signature, depending on if it's a David Ortiz or a Stan Lee, depending on who it is and whose signature and how valuable it is, it can cost us a lot more to get it authenticated. Now, depending on, it all depends on that fame status in order to make sure, it gets authenticated and how much it costs. So we've come around back to the register, and this is where we keep our sub box. Anybody that asks for anything, we'll make sure that they get it. Of course, it's all categorized. We have Google spreadsheets on what everybody wants. I understand that this is a particular one of note, The Last of the Walking Dead. Now, we've had numerous of customers come in and try and buy this, but because, we're faithful to our box subscriptions, we won't sell that until we make sure that that person doesn't want it. And I heard somebody was looking for Masters of Kung Fu with Shang-Chi. So we're going to just set these aside and let that customer pick it up. It's part of the benefits. All you have to do is leave us a note, name with your number, and if you want something, we'll put it aside for you. And we'll make sure that we get it to you. All right. Well, thanks guys for dropping by Collector's World. Be sure to check out our website. We're also on eBay, Facebook, Instagram, and or come by and visit us at Annandale. We got JSA coming August 10th, so be sure to drop in that Saturday and get anything that you want certified. All right, see ya.
Guys, we are back once again with David. Then David, I just want to ask you as a last thought, okay? When you have a customer walk into your shop, right? Can you say, hey, that's a Marvel guy or that's a DC guy? I mean, are there certain characteristics? I don't know, maybe a Marvel guy comes in with red hair and a DC guy comes in with green hair. So I mean, I don't know, I'm just saying.
Oh man, that's almost like calling out somebody by their heritage. It's like, it can be so, personal.
Okay.
Saying, hey, you look like you enjoy Spider-Man. And the guy turns around and says, I'm totally Batman. You're like, whoa, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so people get really they take it personal.
They kind of do because these are their superheroes, and then if you call them out on something else, say, hey, I think you like Wonder Woman, and they're like, I'm a Green Lantern fan all the way.
Okay. Okay. So let's say if I walked in, how would you see me as?
Oh man, I see the Star Wars. I can get you on Star Wars.
Okay. Okay.
So I can pull out a Boba Fett, and I'd be like, hey, look. First appearance of Boba Fett, man.
And what if I said, oh, this T-shirt? Oh, I just found this T-shirt. I'm a Superman guy. How dare you?
I've gotten that 100 times.
Okay. Well, David, thanks a lot. Thanks so much for joining me today. Yeah, I look forward to speaking to you more about the new comic book releases.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. You guys, thanks again for joining us for Two Guys in a Comic Book. We'll see you next time.